How to create a brand in sales. Here we go. First of all, first thing you got to do is look at everybody in your industry and everything they're doing, and then see the things you disagree with. When you think about Starbucks, the first thing they did was look at the largest in America, which was Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts had dollar coffee. They're like, They had take it or leave it, cream sugar. There it is. What Starbucks said, we're going to give you a customized experience with a variety of flavors. When you walked into Dunkin' Donuts, it looked like a fast food place. Time to make the donuts. But when you walk into Starbucks, it looks like a place where you want to lounge. You go ahead and study while you're in college. You have business meetings on. People were just greeting each other. It was a place to relax and chill. It was also the place to listen to cool, funky music. They even started their own record company at one point. They stopped it, but they had great music coming out of there. Real cool, funky, soul music. Part of the Starbucks culture. The culture. They created a culture of people. The other thing is, not only did you have it your way, pretty much like coffee for Whoppers, but you paid a premium for it because of that. You know why that's important? Because one of the $1 million luxury brands is having luxury your way, having your way. That is the biggest thing. You know what? I got a gift. I'm going to give everybody a gift in my badass emotional branding. Check the description and check the page, the homepage of YouTube. I'm gonna actually create, not create, but I'm gonna put in there this week a bonus for people who come to my badass emotional branding. I have one of the baddest ass programs ever called Charge More Money, because you're more valuable than you think. And I'm going to go ahead and add that into the badass emotional branding group. It's a great group. You join the group. It's small. We're growing. But the idea is that if you already have a business, if you're trying to get into a business, if you're trying to stand out, that's what it's all about. And the idea of branding is that you sell more when you're in people's heads psychologically. So let me break it down to you like this. The reason Starbucks sell more is because they offered more. They offered customization. They offered a curated experience that was luxury laced with the idea of choice. And that's one of the $1 trillion luxury brands that I talk about and Charge More Money. That's why I'm going to bonus that in there, the badass emotional branding. The other thing that's really great about badass emotional branding is your ability to understand that if you can emotionally connect with people, you win. You win. You tell stories. You speak about not only your product, but the solution that they're looking for. Your goal is to become exceptional. How do you do that? How do you do that, Darren? I kind of get what you're saying, but how do you do that? You do that by reaching into their ideology of what they're buying. So let me give you an example. Let's say this frame, this plaque, is something that I'm offering. And I say, listen, I know you got a lot of plaques out here, but the reason this plaque is special is because I only believe in this kind of wood that makes the plaque. I'm very, very sensitive. I had to search to get the glass that covers this actual plaque. You don't understand. The glass and the wood are so amazing, and the hooks on the back are very specialized. I had to find a little store in England that makes these little hooks. Or I'll tell them, listen, I know that most people have these weak hooks and your plaques will fall off inside of 3 to 5 years. Mine are going to stand strong for 10 years plus. I know that everybody else gets this regular glass, which pretty much wears off and gets real smooshy, gets smudged. But mine is going to last a long time because I was looking for a durable glass that's up there. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about what everybody else, listen to me now, what everybody else is doing, but what I'm doing different. I'm talking about the benefits of what everybody else is doing, but what I do different. Because if you can't differentiate, you don't win. Your goal is to contrast. You contrast, you last. If you don't contrast, you don't last. The idea is not to dominate, it's to differentiate. That's what iPhone does. That's what Mac does all day long, Apple. They say, hey, there's them, and then we're doing this. being the differentiator, is going to sell for you because you won't look like anyone else. You'll be exceptional. And people will buy from you quickly, at higher conversions, repeatedly at higher prices. That's how you'll sell a brand. Because remember, the marketing gets them to your business. The selling, it clarifies the offer that you have. But the brand is the experience to understand why you should be specifically buying. People come to the store because of the marketing. People sell because there's something right there that's a clear offer advantage to them. But the brand is the reason why they bought from you. They bought from me because I understood what this plaque meant more than anyone else.